Well, so a pretty gloomy day, I would say, for most cricket fans, probably the Test cricket fans, especially because Virat Kohli, probably the greatest ambassador of this format of the game from India, has called it quits. He has decided to hang up his boots, and he will no longer be seen in the longest format of the game. So a career which started in 2011 in Kingston, and then it blossomed in Down Under and across the world. Had an unfortunate ending. Well, stats won't speak that much of the impact Virat had in Test cricket, but guys who have watched him live would really know the kind of impact he had brought and the way he has just pushed this Indian team forward to being one of the best in the longest format of the game. The way he remodeled that pace unit, the way he brought that courage and that fighting spirit in the team, be it in Australia, be it in South Africa, be it at Lords. There's countless memories that Virat Kohli has given in the baggy blue. Well, number 269 is signing off, as you said, today afternoon. So that's a pretty sad note. I'm joined by Shubhradeep, and we would like to have a short discussion on Virat, the Test player. So, Shubhradeep, I would like to ask you about maybe a couple of your favorite memories as Virat, the Test player, or Virat, the Test leader.
Yeah, there are so many, but before going to the memories, I think one of the things that what he has done to Test cricket or what he has done to Test cricket, I think it was sleeping. It was sleeping by the end of the 2010, 2011, 12, around that time. Test cricket was sleeping with the franchise leagues, especially the IPL and the other countries. NatWest T20 blows taking place, Big Bash starting, and suddenly all the franchise league taking place, and someone needed to stand up and say, "Hey, Test cricket is there. Just enjoy Test cricket." And with his passion, with his determination, with whatever he has done, I think on the field, off the field, with the bat, in the intensity, even if you see he's in the slip position, the bowler takes the wicket more than the bowler. It's him.
Yeah,
It's Virat will enjoy
yeah,
the
the
wicket
energy
more.
that he, energy and enthusiasm that he infuses into the team, that's
Yeah,
really infectious.
that's something that I always look forward to. I started from the very first game when they actually, when Australia gave them a kind of a huge target in Adelaide in the fourth innings. On the fifth day, it's not an easy place to chase down. Adelaide is a dry surface where the ball generally spins. They're not easy to chase on the fifth day. But India went for the chase. How many people predicted that India would go for the chase? Not many. And Virat said in the interview, in the press conference, that at the end of the fourth display, when they went back to the hotel or the rooms, he said that whatever happens, we are going for the chase. That is the kind of a determination, kind of mindset he had. Absolutely being concrete. Stiff in knowledge that we are going for the win. There's nothing between draws doesn't really matter most in Test cricket. For him, it's all about the wins, and then to do it in fashion. And then going back to Nagpur 2015, when I think one of those commentators asked him about the pitches because Nagpur was a very spinning track against South Africa, and he said, "Average don't really matter to me. I always look back to the results India will get. Some to get results on those pitches, you have
Yeah,
to give away the average of 55. If you are averaging 60, most places, that means the pitch is absolutely flat and the bowlers are not able to take 20 wickets. This is something that he has done with Ravi Shastri. And I think India was fortunate enough to have that partnership between Ravi and Virat. With 20 wickets, you take 20 wickets, wherever you play, you just take the pitch out of the equation. That is something that will always stay with me. And with whenever it comes to Test cricket, I'll always look back to think that kind of era, the 7 years uh, he had under his wings, for the Indian team. There's hardly a day when I thought, "Oh my God, I don't have the bowling line to take 20 wickets." Every time that they go to the field, they always have the bowling options to take 20 wickets. That's the most important thing for me in this longest format. You have to have
yeah,
the bowling.
surely.
They have to bring the bowlers in the game. The batter's not going to. They're going to make the stage created for the victory. It's the bowlers who are going to make the win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and coming to your point about Virat always going for the results, that takes me back to Lord's 2021.
yeah,
India
Parth.
on day four. Nobody thought that India are going to win this match. Even a draw would have been a huge result for India. Then Shami and Bumrah bat superbly, and England sort of get trying to get under their skin. I remember George Butler, Jimmy Anderson was so angry with Bumrah. All that happened on day three night, and I mean, then India coming out for the defense. They had some 250 odd. They had set the 250 odd target, and they had around 60 overs. I feel, and then Virat's pitch before they come out to the field that make those 60 overs feel hell. So I
Yeah,
mean the way he just motivated the team to go and defend that target, and the way he was cheering and jumping after each and every wicket, he was just trying to give it back to the English team. Even KL Rahul in the press conference said that if you come after one of our players, we will be going after 11 of all 11 of us will be going after you. So
yeah,
that was the mentality of that team.
and that is the only test. I mean, whatever test matches I've seen on the television, that is the only test where after the end of a test match, I thought I am mentally tired. I'm absolutely mentally drained out. I need a break. As a fan, I was mentally absolutely told. I think as a player, you think about the things, the way they came back to the fifth day, the partnership, and then as you mentioned, all the theaters they have, all the excitement they have with the ball, the 60 overs, 60 odd overs,
Yeah,
whatever
and
they
then that
have.
final wicket, Siraj bowling out Jimmy Anderson staying with that pause, with the poise, and Virat just running and shouting.
It wasn't actually about the players. I think the entire India was connected with the test match. You ask anyone, any cricket lover, they know the Lords, what happened in Lords, and also the 2018 Bullring Test match in Johannesburg.
Yeah, one where
That's
the pitch was so much under the scanner, and at one point the match was about to be maybe called off. The even the South African players were not sure of playing.
that is the interesting.
Aiden
The
Markram had
home
an
side.
injury, I think, on the
Yeah,
penultimate day, and then Virat just came out. He said, "No, I'm not going to stop this match. I'm going to play." And even Virat made some significant scores. He got a 50 in the first innings, got 40 odd in that second innings on that
that was
minefield kind of a track.
a few of the deliveries from Kagiso Rabada was jumping over the keeper's head. A few was going a knee high. So you have to balance it out where he could have played a shot. And he played a shot. He played an innings of 50 runs in the first innings. That was marvelous. And then the home side was complaining. It wasn't the visitors, it was the home side that thought that the pitch wasn't sufficient to bat. And he said, no, we are going to make sure that we're going to play at it. We're going to bat at it. And then, apart from Tinaga, nobody stand apart in the kind of a surface. But yeah, this is a memory.
Yeah,
I
even
am gonna
2018. I mean, Virat had a significant year according to ESPN. I think 2018 was a pretty difficult year to bat in Test cricket, as the overall
uh,
averages were not that high. But
it was just
Virat had a wonderful year in South Africa. Then his first best England tour. I mean, that 100 Edgbaston under pressure, and then he went to Australia, got that 100, and did that. My bat does the celebration. My bat does the
what's
talking
your
celebration.
what's your favorite knock of Virat as of now?
I
His
would
career.
I would say that Centurion knock 153, that second test in that series of 2018.
Yeah, that was a cool knock. But I will always back that off the stadium. I mean, India was two down very early. Brijay and Rahul was down, and it
Yeah,
was a new surface. And on the surface, it started with that on drive for a boundary against Josh Hazel. I thought, Virat, you're a freak, man. You are absolutely freak. You
yeah, and that
just
was a knock where he showed admirable patience. It wasn't a
patience. Yeah.
typical Virat kind of knock. He had to wait and wait, and he played his shots only when the balls came.
That knock is stands apart from any knock, whatever 30 centuries or whatever he has made in his career. That knock belongs to another rank to me. I mean, against that bowling lineup, Hazelwood, Cummins, they had Stark, they had Lyon, and to start with that on drive for the boundary, and then to, as you mentioned, the patience, the determination is so for the entire innings, and then to hold it because of the coming from the victory from the Adelaide, to hold it for the entire day after such an admirable day on a surface that was juicy surface. It was a very spicy surface. Ball was bouncing a lot. Pace of the court is always something that Indians don't really enjoy a lot. So yeah, that was a great century. Captains you have mentioned, but what's the next now? I mean, without Virat,
Yeah, so now India without Virat. Also, I
hmm,
mean,
I
well,
think
we
more
can
than India,
just
Test
have that
cricket without Virat.
discussion. I
Test
mean,
cricket
maybe
without Virat.
should
That's
Virat have given another chance to himself to just come and have that maybe one final push, or was it enough? I mean, well, if you just see stats dwindle like anything. I mean, at one point it was 55.11 the average after the 254 not out at Pune, and then it
well.
came down and down till 46.9.
If you ask me, was it the right time? I think it is the right time. I don't know how many fans. I mean, to the fans, it was disappointing. To someone, it was shocking.
Surely.
It wasn't shocking to me, to be honest, because I think it is the right time to go because of the fact that it is the start of a new cycle. W2 cycle is starting. You have a great series coming up, 5 month series, and Virat's issue for the last 5 years is the same, moving spinning tracks and the swing. Is going to England, India is going to New Zealand, the two places where the ball is going to swinging. I don't think he will find it really easy to bat. They are going to Sri Lanka away, so they're not very easy place to bat if you're not really lethal enough against
Surely.
spinners. So it is the time to go, but India will miss Virat Kohli for sure. Test cricket will miss Virat Kohli for sure, and I mean the Fab Four. That is the Fab Four that we used to call them. Joe Root is going really high. Virat has stopped. Kane is about to stop, and then in middle of all of this four, that is Steve Smith who is trying to look back at Joe Root if he can beat him. I don't
Yeah,
think.
Steve Smith will surely now look to do whatever possible in his test career. He's done with the
Yeah,
ODIs, T20Is. Anyways, he doesn't play a lot. Joe Root is just having the time of his life till now for the last couple of years. Kane Williamson is no longer a centrally contracted player, I think. So, yeah,
yeah,
let's see if he can just don that milestone of 10K in test cricket.
it is. Yeah.
Well, so with that, we would like to end the video. So, come the England series, maybe a fresh era starts for Indian Test cricket. That middle order of Pujara, Kohli, Rane, no one is there anymore. Rohit has also retired. So, best wishes to all the new guys who are starting their career and the others who will be the torchbearers of Indian cricket from here on. Till then, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and please bring more guys. Cheers. Goodbye.